Hello class. Today I'm going to be explaining how to complete your homework assignment. So what I want you to do is, first of all, make sure that you're in your homework user, which is also known as no dictionary, okay? So no dictionary. This is for homework to be completed. And so in case Catalyst, you'll go over here to the no user. I don't know if you can see it, but it's going to be options up here. And you'll go to file and you'll have no user, okay? It's at the very beginning. It'll have your name. I can't do it right now because I'm in this file. I want you to see my notes when I'm writing, but it's going to be the no user or no homework, okay? No dictionary, sorry, no dictionary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover lecture on the homework assignment, and that way maybe it'll make sense. So you've got keyboard familiarization, and I'm on page 9 of your textbook. So make sure that you read through everything. Remember, you're getting familiar with the keyboard. Hopefully some of you have memorized your charts. It's the keyboard. There's a paper that I have. This is it. And so very, very important that you memorize the letters before you start the program, okay? I did include them in your handouts and hopefully you memorized them. It's very helpful for this portion of class. So make sure that you have your proper hand position on the machine. Remember, it's going to be the left hand on the left side of the machine. The vowels are with your thumbs, and you kind of rest your thumbs like this. And then the right hand is on the right side of the machine, okay? And you position them like that, okay? The top bank is called the upper bank, upper bank. So it's the letters STPH, FPLT, so that's the upper bank, okay? I'm writing on my machine. Let me make sure that you can see my notes. Let me bring it down. Okay, there it is. So this is upper bank, okay? And so these are the notes that you want to look at over here, okay? Disregard what's coming out on this left side, but these are the notes. That's your stenographic notes. That's what you want to focus on. That's the upper bank. Think about it because they're on the upper side of the machine. And then the lower bank, just put your fingers down. It's, remember, your two hands, the left side, the left hand on the left side, and then the right hand on the lower bank. So this is the lower bank. It's beneath the upper bank, so that's the lower bank. Notice the letters, S, K, W, R, R, B, G, S, okay? So that's that. So upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank. So just get very familiar with that. And so upper bank, lower bank, upper, just make it where it's comfortable. Don't press too hard on your machine. Upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, okay? And so it must come automatic. Try not to look down at your keys. Hopefully you've memorized them. And just look away. I'm not even looking at my machine right now, and I can write upper bank, lower bank. Oh, hands were positioned wrong. Upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, okay? So make sure that comes very natural. And just practice that over and over and over. Make sure your fingers are in the right position. Make sure that you don't have your right index finger on the star, which is the asterisk, this key right here. You want it on the FPLT, and then you kind of curve them, and then the thumbs are on the vowels, okay? So make sure that you know that. Read everything. And then we've got the initial side of the keyboard. The initial side of the keyboard is the ST, P, and it's highlighted. STPH, SKWR, AO. So don't pound, just gently write all of these letters. And I just kind of curve my hand like that, but I'm writing them all. Initial side. Think of it as the beginning side of the machine. It's the left side, okay? That's the beginning. If you face your machine, it's the beginning part of the machine. It's the left side. So that's the initial side. So anytime I say initial S, it's an initial S. So I'm going to hit the initial S, okay? Very, very important. And then we've got in your book, sometimes it's read everything. It says the initial S means an initial S, okay? So this is the initial S. It's on the left side of the machine. So now you're going to have homework exercises. And so you have 2-1. Anytime you see a 2-1, any number, like in the book, that's going to be a homework assignment. So keyboard practice 2-1. Anytime it's a practice of any type, 2-1, 3-1, you have to do that. That's part of your homework. So initial side is, I'm on page 10, it says place your right hand in your lap. So just kind of sit facing your machine. Remember, you don't want your machine too high. If you've come into the lab to get your machine, we've shown you how to position it. Also, if you read the book, at the very beginning chapters, it'll tell you, you don't want it too high. You want it kind of lower by a little higher than your legs, your knees, a little higher than that. Because remember, we're writing like this, not like that. Just move your fingers, okay? That's all you want to do is move the fingers. And so don't pound. The machines are very sensitive. Just kind of just lightly tap on the machine, okay? Very lightly. So place your right hand in your lap. Using your left hand, practice writing the following letters. So that's just so that you don't even think about your right hand. You're going to use your left hand, okay? And you're going to write the following letters one at a time. So it's one letter at a time. And it's on the initial side, which is the left side of the keyboard, okay? So I'm going with the very first row on page 10, the S. So I'm going to write one letter at a time. And so you kind of have to have the letters memorized because you can't look at your keyboard. So I'm going to write S, T, P, H, S, K, W, R, H, P, T, S, R, W, K, S. Okay, so I wrote that whole first row. Don't disregard this English part here, okay? We're looking over here at the right. So I can scroll up and see if I wrote it correctly. So I'm going to scroll up from the very beginning, and I see that I wrote, notice the pattern, S-T-P-H. I'm checking it with my book, S-K-W-R. And then I've got H-P-T-S, comparing it to my book, that first row, R-W-K-S. So it's perfectly written, so I can keep writing now. So I'm going to go and write another row for your homework. You're going to keep writing those rows, okay? Make sure you check everything and that you follow your homework directions, how many times perfectly you need to write it, okay? Read the bottom of page 10. It says, practice the previous exercise until you can write each of the letters without hesitation. Some of you, if you bought your books brand new, you have some CDs that come with it. And so you can listen to that, or you can listen to my lab and lecture. I give lectures, and then the lab assistant will give labs. You're supposed to take everything down with your machines, okay? Remember, it's one thing to visually look and write it down. It's another thing to hear it and write it down. And that's what we do in court reporting. We always write down what we hear. So I would train myself now to do the homework, just visually looking at it, but then you got to listen to lab and lecture so you can hear us and write it down on your machine and get the practice that way. That's what's going to get you out of school really quickly, okay? And so now we're going to the final side of the keyboard, 2-2, and this is the right side of the machine. This is all of the right side, and it's with my right hand that I'm writing. If you all have long nails, that might be a problem. I think I've only seen one student come through the program with long nails. They get in the way. So it's unlike a typewriter. A keyboard machine shorthand is where we're writing like this. So the nail actually might interfere. So if you have long nails, it might be a problem. As you can tell, I don't have any nails. That's very important because I just want to make sure that I'm writing accurately and they get in the way, okay? So very important. Final side of the keyboard. So this is with my right hand. Remember, the thumb is resting on the vowels, the EU, it's all highlighted in your book. So I'm just going to write the final side over and over. And sometimes my notes won't go with what I'm writing, so I have to kind of just scroll down, okay? So just notice EUFRPBLG TS. This is the final side, okay? And so now we're writing final letters. So if you look on your first row on page 11, I'm going to write each letter individually. So I'm going through the first row, and it's going to be F, P, L, T, R, B, G, S, okay? And it's not keeping up with it, but I'll check it out right now and make sure I did it right. You've got T, L, P, F, R, B, G, S, S, G, B. Okay? So you're going to write all of those rows. You're going to practice them and write them on your machine. So I'm going to check it. So I'm going to go over here. I can actually click on here. If this was without a dictionary, you could probably see the same letters. I'm sorry, I picked the wrong user again. I'm so used to the other user. So here we go. Check your book with what you wrote on the final side of the machine. So I'm checking the book compared to what I wrote up here. So I have F, P, L, T, R, B, G, S. Okay, so that's all perfect. T, L, P, which is perfect. F, R, B, G, S, S, G, B. Okay, so everything's perfect. So that's what you want to strive for. You're checking your notes over here that they coincide with the book. So go over your homework sheet, know how many times you have to write those perfect. If you make a mistake, if you're going through it and you made a mistake, just PF 3 times, because the lab assistants are going to check your homework to make sure you did it just like the book. If you have more than a certain amount of errors, you're going to have to redo it. So you don't want to redo these homework assignments. You want to get it perfect, and you can perform extra copies. So let's say, for example, I say that you have to do that first row 5 times perfect. You can do 10 times perfect. That way, if you make a mistake that you don't catch, you'll already hopefully have had a perfect row. So that's really, really important. I can't stress how important that is. So make sure that you take your time doing your homework. It's not about speed, it's about accuracy. I want you to get everything perfect, clean, perfect work, because that's what's going to make you a perfect court reporter, okay? I don't want you to be writing everything and that everything's wrong. I want the letters to be perfect, just like your book, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dictate some of these, some of this homework assignment. And so I'm going to start with lesson 2, and I'm going to start with the upper bank. And you're going to write it on your machine at home, upper bank for practice. Upper bank, remember it's the STPH, FPLT, lower bank, which is the SKWR, RBGS. Okay, SKWR, let me scroll down. SKWR, RBGS. Lower bank, upper bank is the top, lower bank is the bottom. Okay, so that's what your notes should look like. So I'm going to leave it on there, and I'm going to start dictating to you without looking at I know it's kind of hard initially, and you want to look at the keyboard. Some of you have handouts with the keyboards, so I'm going to place it in Blackboard. There's going to be a handout with the keyboard, but really you've got to memorize it, because if you're looking at the letters that are, so there was one student that had them actually glued on to the keyboard, it's going to throw you off. You really have to just focus on what's being said, close your eyes and write. It comes naturally, but you have to memorize the keyboard. So here we go. This is going to be upper bank, lower bank, and I'm just going to say upper bank or lower bank, and you're going to write it down on the machine. You're going to write upper bank this way, lower bank this way. Okay, upper bank, lower bank. Okay? And so just to get you familiar with where everything is on the machine. So here we go. Find a focal point. And just concentrate, make sure your hands are in the home key position, the STPH, FPLT, on the little crevices there of the machine, your thumbs are rested on the vowels. The left thumb's on the AO, the right thumb on the EU, okay? Find a focal point. I'm going to go slow and then I'll go a little faster. Okay, here we go. Upper bank. lower bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, lower bank, upper 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 bank, lower bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, lower bank, upper bank, upper bank, upper bank, lower bank, lower bank, upper bank, upper bank, lower bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank. Make sure that you're writing concisely, that you're, if it's upper bank, that you're getting all the correct letters, the STPH, the FPLT, STPH, FPLT together, the lower bank, SKWR, RBGS, okay? and you include the vowels, the AO, the EU. So upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, okay? Upper is the STPH, FPLT together. Lower bank, your note should look like this, SKWR, RBGS together, okay? Make sure that they're perfectly written just like I have on my notes. And then just one more time real quickly, and then we'll do some more letters on the initial side. Upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank, lower bank. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the initial side of the keyboard. So 2-1, try not to look at your books. I'm going to dictate all of those letters. And so you're only going to be using your left hand, okay? Only the left hand, and all of these are on the left side of the machine, okay? And so make sure that you hopefully have them memorized. I will go very slow because I don't want it to be too challenging. So find your focal point, make sure you have your hands in the home position, and get ready for me to dictate and you take it down. Okay, class, I'm back. So we're going to start with the initial side of the keyboard. And so remember, these are now going to be letters. You're going to be writing them with your left hand. And you're going to find a focal point, just concentrate, listen to what I'm saying, and hopefully you can write the correct letter, okay? Initial side, and I'm going to go slow. Here we go. Left side of your machine, okay? So all the letters will be on this side. S, T, P, H, S, K, W, R. Okay, so they're going to come out like that. Here we go. Initial side. S, T, P, H, S, K, W, R, H, P, T, S, R, W, K, S, S, T, S, K, P, W, H, R, H, P, T, S, R, W, K, S, O, A, S, T, P, H, S, K, W, R, A, O, H, P, T, S, S, T, A, S, T, O, K, W, A, K, W, O, P, A, O, T, A, H, R, P, W, T, K, O, S, R, O, R, A, H, A, W, S, T, P, H, A, O, S, K, W, R, A, O, P, H, T, S, O, A, R, W, K, S, T, O, K, A, P, O, W, A, H, O, W, S, T, O, A, H, P, K, R, S, O, A, T, H, W, R. And so that's all initial side, okay? Now we're going to go to the final side on page 13. These are going to be exercises, keyboard practice 2-2, final side. So you're going to be writing with your right hand, and it's all on the right side of the machine, okay? This is going to be a little tougher than the initial side. I don't know why, maybe because you memorized the initial letters first. I don't know, but this is going to seem a little tougher, so I'll go a little slow. And this is just final side. I might be going a little too fast. Listen to this as many times as you need to perfect it, okay? But this is the right side of the machine, the final side, and I'll go a little slow, okay? Here we go. Shake out your hands, and this is at no speed, okay? Just practice. F, P, L, T, R, B, G, S, T, L, P, F, R, B, G, S, S, G, B, F, R, P, B, L, G, T, S, R, F, B, P, G, L, S, T, L, P, F, E, F, U, R, B, G, S, E, U, F, P, L, T, U, S, G, B, R, E, T, S, E, U, L, E, G, U, P, E, F, R, U, E, F, R, P, B, L, T, U, P, E, F, L, E, G, U, R, S, L, G, T, E, S, U, B, R, E, F, U, R, P, E, B, U, G, E, T, F, G, U, S, R, U, T, G, T, S, L, G, E, P, B, U, F, R, S, E, U, S, E, T, R, E, F, B, L, G, F, R, T, P, E, T, U, S, F, G, T, E, R, U, B, T. And so that's all of practice exercise 2-2. Final side, shake out your hands. It's emotionally draining, but you really want to try and get everything. I'm probably going a little too fast. Listen to lab and lecture, that way you get more practice. Remember, practice will make you perfect, okay? I cannot stress how important it is to write everything perfectly. So now I'm going to go a little faster on the initial side of the keyboard, okay? So this is with your left hand, okay? Find the focal point, you're writing with your left hand only. Here we go. W, S, T, O, A, H, P, K, R, S, O, A, T, H, W, R, O, A, R, W, K, S, T, O, K, A, P, O, W, A, H, O, S, T, P, H, A, O, S, K, W, R, A, O, P, H, T, S, A, H, R, P, W, T, K, O, S, R, O, R, A, H, A, W. Now the right side of the machine with your right hand on the final side, okay? Letters from the final side. Try and write perfect. B, L, G, F, R, T, P, E, T, U, S, F, G, T, E, R, U, B, T, T, S, L, G, E, P, B, U, F, R, S, E, U, S, E, T, R, E, F, E, F, U, R, P, E, B, U, G, E, T, F, G, U, S, R, U, T, G, T, U, P, E, F, L, E, G, U, R, S, L, G, T, E, S, U, B, R. Shake out your hands. And I'll finish off with the final side, okay? Initial side, left hand, okay? S, T, P, H, S, K, W, R, H, P, T, S, R, W, K, S, O, A, S, T, P, H, S, K, W, R, A, O, H, P, T, S, A, H, R, P, W, T, K, O, S, R, O, R, A, H, A, W, O, A, R, W, K, S, T, O, K, A, P, O, W, A, H, O. Okay, and so that's that. And I can't stress to you all how important it is to keep listening to that over and over. You know, the initial side of the machine, what is it I'm looking for? Sorry. The upper bank, lower bank, upper bank, lower bank. That's not as important as the initial side of the keyboard letters and the final side of the keyboard letters. So I would listen to my dictation of page 10, the initial side letters, try and master them, and then page 11, the final side. Try and master that. That's your whole, this is everything, the keyboard. It's like everything. So it's all the initial letters and all the final letters. Try and listen to it as many times as you can. I will keep going over it and over it in other lessons, but it's your basics and you really have to have a strong foundation. So don't be shy to listen to it over and over and over. Okay? That concludes our lesson, you all. Keep up with your homework. Don't get far behind. And you all have a wonderful day.